With the weather holding out, I've decided it's time to start shaping the driveway at the back of the house. So local builder Pascal's turned up with his brand new digging machine to do the heavy work. Now, I know I'm supposed to be all grown up and stuff, but this just looks like so much fun, and I really want to have a go myself. Looks like someone else has beaten me to it. But I don't mind really. For 6-year-old Kipling, this is a dream come true.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
And of course, Mum's on hand to make sure all goes smoothly.
Level it all up afterwards.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing.
Whoa, Kipling, that was so cool. Now, get off. Us adults want to go. Driving a huge earth-moving machine like this just has to be the new cool. Even Kip's mum can't resist having a go. But I have to say, just between us, I think she's slightly overdressed for the occasion. No? And I wonder what young Kipling thinks of his mum's driving.
That was absolutely brilliant. I loved it. I think I'm going to get one.
Oh my gosh, can I drive it? Can I come around here?
Anytime. I'm just not sure it'd be good for the supermarket run, but definitely could get into this. Maybe if I could get Korea.
Do you know what? I think that could be your new job.
Well, it's done nothing but rain for the past 5 days, and consequently nothing's been done outside. None of the builders have been on site, and I haven't been able to do anything because I'm pretty useless at shaping land and tiling terraces and that sort of stuff. So today there's a little bit of sunshine come out and still no builders, which is I guess the way it is in France, and I'm going to go and have a look at some kitchens in Poitiers and see if I can get some ideas for getting this place kitted out. So here goes into Leroy Merlin to try and find myself a kitchen.
I took the measurements of my kitchen along just in case, and I'm really impressed that they're able to design it there and then.
€2,900, but it doesn't include cooker, sink, ovens, dishwashers. So you have the one that we... which is the one that... Well, I'm being hounded into buying a carte maison, which is I guess their loyalty card, but it's going to get me about €500 off the cost of the base units for the kitchen, so why not? Le prix c'est 3 000 €.
Oui.
Et il a dit si vous prenez le carte maison pour 3 ans,
oui.
Vous avez un discount de 15% aujourd'hui.
D'accord. Mais
One thing you have to remember here in France is that this is a socialist nation, and as such, they're not as capitalist and consumerist as we are back in Britain, and so when someone offers you a deal, it's often very complicated.
Well, that was quite bizarre. I went into Leroy Merlin, agreed the kitchen I was going to buy, and then this guy suggested that I buy the in-store discount card and loyalty card. And so I went to the desk and they said, oh yep, sure, and then they said, oh, but you can't have 15%, which is what I was promised, off the total bill, because you haven't owned your house for long enough. So you actually get penalised for having your house for a few more years, whereas if I just bought the house and just moved in, I would have got the 15% discount. Bizarre.
So I decide to shop around at Rivals Castorama, but it just isn't my day.
Well, that was quick and pointless and really helped me make up my mind. They wanted to make an appointment for next week sometime, but I want to get on with it now, so I think it's going to be back to Leroy Merlin.
I do the deal with Leroy Merlin, and a few days later I'm rushing back home with the first of the units in the back of the car, when disaster strikes.
I was driving back from Poitiers, and the gears were really difficult to change, and now they've just gone completely. So new car, 4 weeks from a Saab showroom, Saab dealership, and the gears have gone. Okay, great, thanks. Well, I've just called for a breakdown man to come out, an English one, so... Hi there, thanks for coming out.
How are you doing?
God, nightmares, honestly. Bloody nightmares.
Stuck in gear?
Yeah, Andy Cole's on his way, so he's going to come and just take it.
Yeah.
Well, that was a little bit embarrassing. When the car mechanic arrived, we took the massive kitchen packs that I had in the back of the car out to have a good look at what the problem might be with the gears, and everything was right as rain. Typical. But what happened was having the big 2-meter long kitchen pack in the back of the car was actually pushing against the front console, and that was making the gears impossible to change. So one lesson I've learned today is don't use a convertible to transport a kitchen.
Drama over, and it's time to finally start building those kitchen units. Have I got an evening ahead of me. After a night building those new units, it was finally time to say goodbye to that ugly old kitchen.
Please allow me to try and explain. I'm living proof that man can change. I knew what I wanted, I knew how to get it. It didn't make me happy, so I started again. What I wanted to be was a family man. Nature had some alternative plans, so I did without the lot, put emotion on hold. I hoped my instincts would do what they were told. But every now and then, and often at night, a particular feeling would surface in spite of what I told myself and tried to deny. I kept on asking the question why.
Fantastic, love destroying stuff. So the new kitchen, the sink is going to go here, sort of under the window. So all this has to come out basically and be replumbed, and the washing machine is going to go sort of here. And yeah, God knows how it's all going to happen, but it'll happen.
Next time, I discovered that home renovation is one thing, but living in it at the same time is quite another. Thankfully, there's always a sun-drenched bar to escape to with friends. Lovely.